about 320, $320.
$320
$320. Yeah,
for one card.
for one card.
Wow.
Yep. The most I've seen a card go for on Facebook that someone did over the internet,
Yep.
which is wild,
D-
15,000.
$15,000.
15,000 for two cards.
Two cards.
Yep.
15,000
Yep.
dollars.
1, 2, 15. Thou wow.
Doing numbers like I'm MJ and Dash Jackson and Jordan. Boy, I'm killing y'all boring. Time to give the world what they really need. That's the HOMIE.
Good afternoon, tribe. My name is Darius Lester, your financial philosopher, and this is Mammon Money Mindset. I have a very, very, very muy special guest with me today. This is the man, really, honestly, the myth, some say.
Say that.
The goddamn legend, for real. My dearest, bestest friend, Joachen Busch. How are you today, sir?
Hey, I'm doing well. That's quite the intro. That's quite the intro.
You're quite the man.
Hey, stop.
Hey, come on now. All right, but I don't just have him on today because he's my friend. I have him on because he has a business. He's been making money from it. I respect that, and it's actually a business that I have not met anyone else that they do. So I thought it was interesting enough to have him on and kind of talk about how he got started on it, why he does it, how it's going, and hopefully what he sees in the future from it. So, Mr. Busch, tell us about what you do and how you got started on it.
So I sell trading cards online. Basically, it's called Rip and Ship, and you go live on whatever platform you choose, and people will join the live. They'll select what they would like you to open for them, and you open it for them on live, and then you send them their cards. I stream on TikTok. That's where I got inspired to do it. I saw, just scrolling on TikTok, and I saw people opening cards, and I was like, what's this about? And I saw they had a shop involved, and I saw people just spending, and I was like, they're wilding, like making these purchases for cards like online. And because I hadn't, that was my first time like seeing that. So and like a year goes by, and I'm still like watching people like do all this, and then I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna get involved. And I think I made like that decision in May to actually do it, and then I started the business in that August, and then like I was selling cards in between there. I sold cards on eBay before what happened. We can dive into that if you want.
Sure. What happened?
So I sold things. I sold cards on eBay, but I got a new product in, and I started making. The only reason that I could see that they flagged my eBay account is because I started making money, significantly more money than what I used to, just selling like ones and twos, like cards here and there. And then I started making like hundreds, like daily. And they were like, no, that's fake. And so they were like, you need to submit like all this documentation. And even when I did that, it still wasn't enough. So they held my funds for months. This was August when they initially flagged the account. I didn't get paid until like the end of October or early November of last year. And so now I do not sell on there, just because my account is permanently whatever word they use, pretty much banned. Like my account's banned, can't sell on there. I can buy though. I can still buy stuff. I think that's kind of lame, but can't sell on there anymore. And I also sell in Facebook groups. I sell on there. I sell most of my singles on there now. Most of my single cards, I'll sell those on there.
So just for clarification reasons, I understand you sell cards. Is this like baseball cards? Is basketball cards? Is this Uno cards? kings, queens, aces, what type of cards?
For sure. So I mostly sell Pokemon cards right now, and then there'll be other anime related cards that I'll sell, like Naruto, One Piece. Um, yeah, those are pretty much all I sell right now.
Okay. Is there a particular reason you went with, I guess maybe Pokemon being the main ones you deal in? Is that the industry that has the most money in it, or is it a personal reason that you stuck with those?
Uh, One, because Pokemon cards are way more accessible than any other like tabletop, like a trading card game. Because baseball, basketball, football, super accessible. I'm personally not into that, so I wouldn't feel comfortable selling those products. So I don't see myself doing that. Maybe sometime in the future, but just as of right now, like I don't have any knowledge of sports, so I'm probably I just don't see it being a good idea uh, to do that. But definitely chose Pokemon because it is way easier to like get my hands on that product. And then other cards are I have to like import from uh overseas, like Japan and stuff.
Okay.
So that can be a hurdle. So I definitely started with English Pokemon cards because easier to access.
So you say you get cards from overseas. Do
Mm-hmm.
overseas cards cost more, cost less? Do they sell for more than like American or English cards?
So I learned the hard way that when something first releases, it's way more expensive. Only overseas though. Usually by the time they make the English version of this, the prices are all stabilized. So
Hmm.
the price for it is going to stay like what it is. But I didn't know that people who sell cards in Japan, they put them they put that tax on it. They put that tax on it.
Hmm.
And like if you don't know, like I didn't know when I first started, that the there's ways that you can see what the market price is for cards in Japan. You can have access to that information. You It's better not to take the word for someone you found on Facebook, which I did. That's how I started. I found a person on Facebook who lived in Japan and sold Pokemon cards in Japan.
Right.
And so I contacted that person, talked about the things. He overcharged me at the time. I didn't know.
Of course.
Now I know better. Of course.
He's like, hey,
Of course. He
welcome.
had to run my pockets. He
Hmm.
had to run
Yeah, gotta
my
get that
pockets.
introductory price. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's like, yes, welcome. Let me show you how this is done. But it wasn't too bad. Like I still was able to make a profit, but I could have made more if I would have known.
Sure. Okay. So all of this card dealing business, you get cards from here, you get them from overseas sometimes, and you sell them majoritively on TikTok, right?
Yes.
Um, can you kind of take me through the steps? So let's say I jump on TikTok, I'm watching your videos, I'm like, I want that, and I send the money to
Hmm.
you.
Yeah.
What's the process, I guess? So if I wanted to do it myself, how much work would I be looking at?
For you to do what I do, or if you were a customer.
Yeah, to do what you do.
So mm, if you would want to do this, you would need to. I would not recommend you go to like a Walmart or even your local card shop, because like you're gonna get taxed. You're gonna need to find somebody who sells uh cards. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a distributor. Like
Hmm.
I get mine from somebody who gets theirs from a distributor.
Gotcha.
And so I get like slightly discounted because he got it discounted, so then he can like charge a little more, so everyone's making money. I would highly suggest you finding one of those. And obviously, if you're going to be starting a business, you'd have to apply for basically a business profile on TikTok.
Okay.
And then that requires you to have an LLC and a sales and like use tax. What's that called? Certificate, basically. I'm blanking on the exact terminology like for what
For
it is,
sure.
but it's
You're doing it
basically
illegally.
stuff.
It's all good. It's
Nope, absolutely not. You need to have a sales and use. You need to get the certificate that basically allows you to sell things in whatever state that you live in.
Right.
So LLC, sales tax stuff, got to have that. And then once you have all that, you put the application in on TikTok, and then that will enable you to go live on TikTok and then start selling things. And TikTok makes it super easy. They have the TikTok seller app, which is the interface that you're going to be using to upload your product, set the price, set the inventory, like the quantity. And yeah, after that, once you're ready, you got everything that you need. You're going to need the stuff to ship, which is a tax write-off, and you're going to need you're going to need like boxes, mailers, packing paper. You're going to need all that, which is all tax write-offs. And then yeah, once you got all that stuff ready, you can go live. People come into the shop, they'll be like, hey, I want those. And you rip it for them, send it off, TikTok, shop. You have to, from the moment they order, you have to ship it off within 3 days. Or you get your account will get like you shouldn't have done that point.
Sure. Okay.
But that's like that's how you do that on TikTok. If you would want to sell singles more, then that's where the Facebook comes into play. You can do Facebook Marketplace, join Facebook groups. And there is good money in selling singles. That's how I amassed a good bit of the money first starting, just selling off stuff that I already had, or because I'm a collector. So like I had stuff that I was just sitting on, would sell it, and I would get money that way. Selling my singles is like one of my like, if I'm like, oh, I need to buy something, but I don't want to spend like my money.
Sure.
Then I'll be like, oh, I'm sitting on these singles. Let me go sell a couple of these real quick, and then I'll use that money to buy whatever I'm wanting.
Gotcha. Oh, I got a question.
Mm.
What is the most money that you've made off of one card?
Most money I've made one card.
And then while you're thinking about that, follow-up question. In your groups, what is the most money that you've seen somebody sell one card for?
That's a lot. So mine was about $320.
$320.
$320, yeah.
For one card.
For one card.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I believe it'd be about $320. Yep. The most I've seen a card go for on Facebook that someone did over the internet, which is wild. What was it? 15. Well, it was two cards, but it was like 15,000.
$15,000.
15,000 for two cards.
Two cards.
Yep.
15,000.
Yep.
Dollars.
1, 2, 15. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm trying to get my hands on those cards.
Got to. Well, heck. All right. Oh, there's they have like a rating system for cards, right? Like,
yes.
like how good a card is and how does could you like briefly go over whatever that is?
Yeah, so it's called grading, where you basically would send your card into a grading service. The most popular ones are PSA, CGC, and BGS. All of them are acronyms. I don't know what a single one of them mean.
That's okay. Me neither.
Yeah, but you'd choose whichever one you want to send your card to, and they would rate it 1 out of 10. Obviously, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. And then CGC and BGS, they have a grade where the card's like perfect, pretty much, no flaws. But like, so a 10 could be like, oh, this is really good, this is mint, but blah blah. But they have another rating that's perfect.
Even
and
more.
Those sell for.
So is that what those 2 cards?
Nope. They weren't even.
Nope. Okay.
They weren't even.
I was trying to rationalize it, but all right.
No, they weren't even 10s.
Okay. So sounds like a lot of packing, a lot of ripping, a lot of shipping, so on and so forth. Do you do this by yourself? Do you have a team? How do you do that?
I do this by
What's so funny,
myself. So a brief story. I do this by myself. I started it out by myself, and I was doing it by myself from August to December. And I thought that it would be like a reasonably good idea to have someone else go live for me. But it just, in short, it didn't work out. There were just things that would happen with the account, and it was super scary. Well, I can actually use this one as an example. No, I can't. It was just tough. It was tough to work through. But yeah, so now it's just me again, just me, solo dolo.
Right. Do you have any plans on trying to hire somebody else in the future?
I definitely do, because I loved not having to always go live and sell cards, and having that extra person was a huge help. I could do anything else that I needed to do for the business, and then not have to go live. I definitely want that again. So it is something that I will be looking for in the near future.
Okay. So while reading through your bio, right, I noticed that you started this, business maybe I don't know, what are we saying? Maybe maybe a year ago? Is that
A
less?
little less. It hadn't been a year. I
Okay.
officially applied for the business in August, but I had started moving cards since about May.
Okay, so you were just
But I
illegal for
wasn't.
like 2 or 3 months.
Huh?
So you were just illegal for like 2 or 3 months.
No, I wasn't hitting like that. Like every month, I wasn't hitting that dollar amount where I needed to report it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to get you caught up in nothing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
kind of crazy.
All right. But I would like I believe you are a man that has a story, right? Prior to starting this, business. And I was wondering if you might be open enough to sharing some background with the audience, just to give them a full scope of, where you were and how you got to where you are now.
So before starting my business, I was just kind of living. I wasn't trying to do anything for myself, like necessarily. Like I was just going to work, clocking in, clocking out, and then drinking a lot. And I had been doing that for too long, years of just working, drinking, But last year was where I just got unhinged. Like I started drinking too much. Like I had to wake up and just be like, "Yep, it's that time." And I don't even know like why I was trying to make my life seem like I even needed to do that. But I don't know. Like, everyone has like their reasons. I couldn't justify mine. I like looking back on it, like I can't justify like what I was doing because like my life was like reasonably good. Like
I was in it.
like I had a job. Yeah, like you were in it. You were in
Yeah,
it.
it
Like
doesn't
I
make
had
any
an
sense.
amazing girlfriend, daughter, but like I was just, just drinking. I don't even know what I was trying to escape, but um, I had you, our other friend, Darrell,
Okay.
Fax, aka the bandit.
Hey, bubblegum. Come on, man.
Facts. I couldn't think of the word.
Oh, I got you.
And I had my girlfriend, Haley, daughter. My daughter wasn't telling me like, I was wilding, but I had a lot of people just
She
being
should
like,
have.
you should
See?
probably, yeah, my daughter probably should have told me like, you should slow down. But like, I had multiple people just not like aggressively telling me like, you kind of wild, but it would just be like, you drink a lot, and I'd be like, not really. And it wasn't until I started drinking like all day, every day, like in the morning, like I'd wake up and I would just, there wouldn't be like a time of the day where I wasn't drunk, or at least tipsy,
Right.
or just a certain amount of alcohol that I have consumed. There wouldn't have been a time of the day where I didn't. And I don't know, I don't really know like what the turning point was, but I just kind of woke up one morning and I was like, I'm wilding. And Haley was like, you are. And and she was like, you should try AA. And so I did. I went. I think it was like a couple days later. We had found one, and I went. And I feel like I went for a month. I want to say because I got my month token for sure, but I don't think I went anymore. No, I don't even think I got my month. I don't remember. I didn't go long. It's pretty much what I'm saying.
Right.
It wasn't okay. I did go for a month, but yeah, I personally wasn't getting enough from AA because it like while I was going, it did help. It did help start me get to where I needed to be, but I think like my my own drive kind of kicked in because I had tried to stop drinking before, um, and I was just like, I don't have a problem, and then I kept drinking, but I truly knew like I had a problem this time. Um, and I think like that alone was enough drive for me to just stop. And I didn't go back to AA. I haven't been back. I'll be a year in January, February, March, early March. It'll be a year.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
almost there. Congrats. Congrats, big dog. All right. Yeah, because I'll be around. You know, I noticed your drinking had increased. I remember a couple of times because I don't live in Georgia anymore, but I come and visit, and it's
Oh
like
yeah.
try to go out, maybe shoot some pool or something, and like it happened. I want to say it happened 2 times in a row. I went to your house, and I'm ready to start drinking so we can go out and have fun and stuff, and you was already gone.
Yep. I
Like
know.
we
I know.
ain't left the house. We ain't turned no engine on. You was gone, just slurring words. Yeah, no, I'm ready to go. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was like them awkward moments when you're like real sober next to a real drunk person, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of awkward. It's like, oh,
Like
All
You
right.
can't even try to like talk me up into being like, yeah, you're probably fine. It's like, no,
No,
you're not
no,
okay.
yeah, no, it was yeah, because it was, because I know we used to like, maybe drink to do a couple things, game or go
Yeah,
play something, but it was getting to a point where it's like, well, it's not even fun to do that. Honestly, ooh, video games. I ain't want to play with you. I did not want to play with you because you would swear you weren't bad. You were terrible. You making us lose. You was blaming everybody else.
yes, boy.
Why do you say it was my fault that I'm like, because you went and dove the tower. It was your and but you're drunk, so I
Hey,
can't
you
try
couldn't
to
tell me
rationalize that.
nothing.
I was just like,
Couldn't
we
tell me
finished the game,
nothing.
like, all right, man, I'm about to get off, man. I catch you, bro. All right. You have a good one. Not fun.
Yeah, no.
So but with that in mind, it was real surprising, the day that you came out and was like, hey, I'm alcoholic. I'm gonna stop that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, and just yeah, I know you said you were going to the meetings. I didn't hear much more about the meetings, but like you just said, you was like, nah, it was cool, but I didn't really need that. Your own personal drive just kind of, kept you going. And honestly, I noticed a lot of just like big changes in like how you behaved. Obviously we've been friends for years.
Yeah.
So we were still cool either way, but I feel like I noticed a lot of positives, after you gave up the drinking, your head's more clear. And I
Mm-hmm.
think you started finding other things to feel, because when you're drunk, you don't need nothing to do. You don't,
I don't need nothing to do.
you
I
don't
don't need
need nothing
anything
to
to do.
do.
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't need
chilling.
nothing.
Few
No,
more
I'm
drinks, I'm passed
good.
out. I'm good.
Yep. But after you stop, I feel like, your brain started going again. It's like, and I'm
Yeah.
just
It
sitting
got
here like,
hungry. It got hungry.
yep, yep,
Got
I
hungry to
like it.
learn. It got
Hmm.
hungry. I wanted to do something like the and then I had already known that people were, streaming with selling cards and stuff. And I was like,
Hmm.
I think I could really do that.
For
And
sure.
then just with because I was back when I used to drink a whole bunch, I'd come up with like these ideas of things to do. And then
Yep.
I'd be like, I'm finna do that. And then I just wouldn't. And, but when I got sober, I was like, I think I could really, sell cards as
Hmm.
be a business. And then I did it. And then a few months later, I was doing it like
Right.
live, doing it.
And
Yeah.
I remember you as being an idea guy. Because we'll talk or whatever. There's
Oh yeah.
multiple things like, oh, we could do this, and I'm gonna create this app and gonna do this, put it out, and ooh, we're gonna write this script, and then it's gonna, and then I'm just like, yep, yep. And we had been through so many of them. I'm like, Josh, dude, just be talking. So honestly, when you told me about the card thing, I was like, yeah, for sure, bro. You will do that. I did not think you were gonna do that at all. I was like, you gonna sell cards? That's what you're gonna do? What are you, a child?
That's the
I
move.
don't, I don't oh, you go back to effing Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Okay, I guess.
Yes.
I was like, that man must be going through it since he ain't drinking no more. Well, I was
Yeah.
like, I ain't about to shoot your stuff down. You do it. But then you actually
Mhm.
started doing it. It'd been like a month.
Mhm.
I was like, okay. A couple months. I was like, oh, he's still doing this.
Mhm.
Freaking got to the end of the year. I was like, this guy is still doing this. He's building up more. He's starting to tell me about, ooh, I found this distributor. And if I go here, I give them this. They're gonna give me 5 packs. These packs are at 47% of the market value. And then I was like, okay, yeah. Yeah, talk that. I like
Yes,
that.
yes.
I was like, he's he's
Uh-huh.
he's he's, he's serious about this. So it was cool. From the outside, I enjoyed watching you go through all this, realization and leveling up and, kind of honing your craft in this area and stuff is cool. I'm real happy about it and I'm real proud of you.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, man. For sure, for sure. Well, before we close this out, I would like to know, I don't know, let's give it 5 years. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What do you see yourself doing?
So I see myself being one of two places. I'm either going to have one of the biggest card shops on the East Coast, or I'll be one of the biggest distributors on the East Coast.
Ooh.
I haven't chosen which one. I'm weighing the options because I don't know which one's going to be more fun. Is basically, I want to make sure I'm still having fun with it, and because I know which one's more profitable, right? But I don't know if it's going to be more fun.
I feel that.
So I want to make sure I'm still enjoying what I do, and maybe I'll do both. Maybe that's the move. But honestly, I'm still going back and forth. But it'll be one of those two things for sure.
Ooh, no, I just thought of an amazing name. All right. So if you were going to be, the biggest distributor of Pokemon cards,
yeah,
your name could be El Canto.
Explain.
Darn it. Nope. If I have to explain it, that means it didn't hit. But, they got El Chapo. Right? Drug dealer.
Yeah.
Kanto is a region in Pokemon for the original 150. But it's fine. Didn't hit enough. It's all good. Move on.
Yeah,
all right.
I like it.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming by. Again, this is actually tell people where they can find you selling cards or all that stuff.
You guys can find me on TikTok at Georgia Bros Bros TCG. That's my handle everywhere. So if look me up, you can look me up on anything. Georgia Bros TCG.
Bros TCG.
TCG. That's it.
For sure. I will add links to his channels, whether it be Twitch or that other thing, TikTok or Instagram or whatever else you got. You just send me a list of them. I'll throw them in the description. Feel free to support. Again, this is Darius Lester, your financial philosopher. And this is also Mammoth Money Mindset. Thank you.